You are listening to the Lawyer Stories podcast with host Benny Gold. Lawyer Stories was founded in July 2017 on Instagram and is an expanding global network of lawyers and law students sharing their personal journeys to the noble profession of the practice of law. Join us on this podcast as we dig deeper into these stories and hear from lawyers and law students from around the world in all areas of the legal profession. Here at Lawyer Stories, we believe that every lawyer has a story. What's yours?
Welcome to the Lawyer Stories podcast with Benny Gold. Today we're excited to welcome back a familiar voice to the show, Samah Abukhodeir, founder and managing partner at the Florida Probate and Family Law Firm, and to welcome her husband and law partner, Jose Ignacio Leon. Samah and Jose are Florida probate and family lawyers who have dedicated their careers to protecting families through some of life's most difficult transitions, from divorce to guardianship to probate and estate planning. Both are graduates of FIU College of Law, deeply rooted in the South Florida community, passionate educators, and hands-on advocates. They personally guide their clients every step of the way, and we're excited to have them as partners for our upcoming Miami event, February 12th, 2026. Can't wait to get down there. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no, it's always a pleasure to have you back into the Lawyer Stories headquarters here. Jose, your first time, welcome.
Yeah, it's my first time. I am, very excited to be here. Usually I just hear Sam doing these podcasts like through the walls, famous Coral Gables construction out here. But it's fine. It's finally nice to be here. So
very cool.
Thank you for the invite.
Very cool. So Sam, let's start with you. Like, what's happened most for you personally and professional since the last time you were on the show? It's probably been like a year, maybe 6 months. Like, I don't know. I actually should have that data. I usually do. But is there anything that's like most recent that's happened that you want to share?
I'm trying to think. The firm has exploded in growth, thank God.
Yep.
I think we're currently at around 50 team members, which is crazy.
That's amazing.
We have 9 offices throughout the state of Florida, which is also crazy, but so exciting. We have exceeded our goal for the year in all aspects. I'm trying to think what else. That's the biggest accomplishment.
Yeah, that's huge. So you said you have 9 offices. Where are they? I want to follow up with that. Are they in South Florida, or are they like throughout the state?
So a lot of them are in South Florida. The ones that are not in South Florida, we have a Tampa office, and then we also have a Port Charlotte office. So Naples area.
Yep. Okay, I know that.
And then the rest are in South Florida.
Wow, that's amazing. Do you find it challenging to manage offices that aren't right down where you are? How do you do that?
Do I find it challenging? No. And our plans for expansion are to open up more offices throughout the state of Florida, not necessarily in South Florida, but to continue going north, Central and North Florida. It's honestly not that bad. We have clients all throughout the state, and, the majority of them don't want to come in office, but we have the offices there whenever we have appointments, whenever people want to drop things off. But no, it's not hard to manage.
Well, I guess, do you have somebody working in those offices at all times, or are they just kind of spots where you go meet potential clients?
So it depends on which office. So some of them, we have people in office, and other times they're by appointment only, but they are physical offices.
Gotcha. Okay. So Jose, to jump to you, you're born and raised and educated in South Florida. So tell us, before you tell us what drew you to probate, because you have an amazing experience. You have a lot of experience. Why law school? was there a why? Or
I was getting in trouble for answering this, honestly.
You're not going to get in trouble. Don't worry.
Really? Okay, well, we have witnesses then. I really wasn't doing anything at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
And I kind of realized I'm like, no US-based med school will accept me because I was I had a really good time in college. So
Nice.
in retrospect, I should have just gone to like a Caribbean med school. Who cares? But that's why I started. I started law school. Ideally, what I wanted to do was work with the government, right? Like the State Department or something.
Nice.
Um, Obviously, I had a change of heart ideologically, and that was no longer in the cards generally. And then I had a friend that his father had a probate firm and they needed someone to cover. And I went there and I enjoyed it. And then from there, I went to another firm that did some probate in the same space. They all shared space.
Okay.
And I also enjoyed it. And then from there, I went to a third firm. And that's where I really got a lot of experience on the probate and guardianship side. So I was there for like all in about 4 years, even before I had graduated law school.
So I got to ask, like, Samah, I think you were interested in medicine too, right? Like early on. So like, was that a connection point for you guys when you met each other?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like the shared misery of not being a doctor and instead being like,
Come on, man. I was looking for like a romantic story, you know? Come on.
The
Like,
romantic part
we
of
sat
this.
down and we started talking about like why we didn't end up going to med school and like,
We did
Yeah.
sit down, and then the romantic side of this is both of our dads are MDs.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
connected us even more
there you go.
because we had, that shared piece of detail, and
Right.
now, it was nice to connect on that.
yeah,
That's really cool. And then you're like, let's just blow this thing out of the water and have like 15 law firms across the state of Florida and
Exactly.
do things our way. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I think that's super cool that you connected on that. Go ahead, Jose.
yeah. So we can self-fund our med school, but it didn't work out. Like,
So you can-
so we can
You're still
self-fund.
trying to raise enough money for med school.
Yeah, but I think that ship has sailed. Too old, man. I can't. By the time I
I
get out,
always
I'd be
tell
like,
him, go back if that's your dream.
I'd be like 50 by the time I'm out.
What did you want to do? Like, what kind of medicine was it that really like intrigued you?
I liked surgery, and I liked, interestingly enough, like emergency room medicine.
Okay.
So maybe I would have ended up doing like emergency surgery trauma or something like that. But that's very like competitive and
Yeah.
who knows, right? And fingers freak me out. Like injuries to fingers freak me out. So that really would
Really?
have limited me from like a trauma standpoint, I think. So
Just fingers, nothing else but fingers.
everything else I'm good with. Fingers, like even like paper cuts on fingers. That'll
Really?
So
That's interesting. So I don't know if I should take that any further, but
go
No.
for it.
no,
so don't. All right. So you and tell me, Jose, like the point that you sort of joined up and you and Samah kind of like, you helped her grow to like 50 employees. And then like tell me like how it all or what's that?
Team members, employees are very
Team
very
members, sorry.
charged.
Yeah, I don't wanna break it
Very
in.
charged classification under the IRS, Department of Labor.
Okay. All right. So tell me how it all went down. Were you were talking, you had a lot of really good experience and you were doing probate for your dad's friend, then you got another job and then here comes Samah. Did you meet like before or after, or you knew each other in law school?
Yeah, we met in law
Okay.
school.
All
It
right.
was we met, we were probably like by the end of first semester we were pretty good friends because we both, I guess, were night owls. We spent a lot of time just like messaging and stuff like that. But really, I had graduated law school. Sam graduated as well. She started working for a probate litigator. Was very well known, and then she ended up moving to work with the court, where she worked with a judge that we both love really a lot. We love Judge Korvic, who was great to both of us. I was her law clerk, and so was Sam. And then Sam later was her was like her judicial clerk, her staff attorney. So, we love her a lot. And when she retired, well-deserved retirement, but we miss her, But anyway, then I left the firm I was at to do commercial litigation, which was
Oh.
not enjoyable for me. I did
Sure.
not enjoy it. And I worked with someone who was a really good guy, but not a very good boss, just because he had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
At the end of that job, I said, I'm going to start my own firm. And that was like tail end of 2016.
How many years did you end up doing the commercial litigation?
Just a year.
A year. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So I started my own firm, and then Sam was in a position, and she's probably told this story before, to basically be partner at the firm that she was at, where she was kind of running the probate department, but she was also originating a lot of non-probate cases, so family, divorces, paternities, etc. And the offer she got back was not great for partnership. And I said, just start your own firm. And she's like, I can't.
Wow.
And I'm like, why not? Like, look, I'm doing it. You know, if I can do it.
So you started yours how long before that?
I started mine in 2016, and this conversation was probably in the 2018, 2020, tail end of 2017, 2018 era. So
Did it cross your mind at that point to join together or no?
no, because I was
No.
actually in the process of joining up with another friend of mine that we had all been very close friends, myself, Sam, and this person. And you know, the idea back in the day, in the beginning, was let's have a 3-person firm, like let's be
Okay.
partners. Personality wise, it didn't work out between the three of us.
Okay.
So, you know, good dude. He's got his own firm. He's very successful as well. But you know, it just didn't work out. So at that point, it wasn't really in the cards for me to join with Sam. But I was like, listen, I'm doing it. It's going pretty well. You're much better than I am at this stuff. You're gonna kill it. Like I don't think there's any reason you shouldn't, especially if the offer isn't where it needs to be. And it wasn't, unfortunately, for everybody involved. So
And that was for partner?
her partner at the firm she was at previously. So so she left. She started her own firm. You know, from the beginning, I was very involved because, you know, Sam wanted me to be. I was like, listen, you know, even when we were coming up with the name, she's like, I want to do family and I want to do probate. And I'm like, okay, well, we're in Florida. What about the Florida Probate and Family Law Firm?
Yeah, I mean, we actually talked about that before because I
Yeah.
thought it was really amazing how you can get like that just general, like the Florida Probate and Family Law Firm, how you could have Florida inside of the actual title of your firm. I think that's really awesome.
So it worked out. And then everything that I was doing in my firm, I was helping, you know, when I was talking to someone about marketing, because one of the things that we did from the beginning was lead on the Google business profiles, and at the time it was called Google My Business, right? So one of the things that we did was, hey, let's build up our reviews, because so and so, you know, whoever told me that you get to 50, you're going to do very well, right? And I said, Sam, you should do the same thing. And she took to it like a duck to water. So basically, I was basically part of the firm starting in 2018, but it wasn't until 2022 that I said, you know what, let's do it. It was around the time that we had gotten married, right after we got married, that I'm like, you know, enough is enough. I don't want to really do this on my own.
So where were you in with your relationship, like when you were giving Sam all this advice?
We
in
were
2018.
2018. We were dating,
Okay. All right.
right? So I think that's the political term for it. Like we were dating. We were
As opposed to what? No, so
life partners at that
We
point.
were seeing each other.
Yeah, we were seeing
all
each
the
other.
different stages, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so you were helping her, and like you were being gentlemanly about it, and you were trying to help her. And so okay, that's awesome.
I was opening a lot of doors back then. You know, holding open doors, throwing my jacket down on the floor so she could walk over puddles, that type of stuff. I was doing a lot of that back then.
So you're actually like, it's so cool. Like you're growing in like both ways. Like you're growing as a professionals together, and like you're growing this relationship. I don't know who's going to do the Lifetime movie on this, but it's pretty good so far. So keep going. So 2018, like you're thinking about starting your firm, or you're helping Sam do the firm. You have yours, and then what? So when did you realize that your careers and your lives were like going to intersect, like not just as husband wife, but as like law partners?
That's funny. I think I've told this story to other people, and they're always like, "That's so weird." I was doing so we got married in June of 2022. We got married in like December of 2021, but we had our reception in June of 2022. And then like 2 weeks later, I jumped on a flight to go to the Middle East, where I was doing a program there on like comparative religion and social and international justice, right? So I was actually, it was like the middle of the night in Jerusalem. I was just kind of pacing because I was on the phone with somebody, and I was like, you know, I don't like, this is stupid. We should just have the firm together, you know? And then I think I got off that phone call and I called Sam. I'm like, listen, let's just do it the right way, and like, you know, pool our talents, pool our efforts, and let's go. And it was just one of those realizations, you know, that you have that you can't really plan for, you can't really like peg as to when it happens, but yeah, that's when it happened.
Wow. So Sam, how about you, like going back during those moments, like when you're building your firm and Jose comes in and he's helping you out. Like, do you want to say anything about all that?
Sure. I remember also thinking to add to what Jose just said. We got married. We got religiously married in December of 21, and then we had our reception in June of 22. And after we had a reception, shortly after we found out we were pregnant, I was pregnant, we were pregnant. And
Sam's big on traditional gender roles. So
I remember
that has nothing to do with me.
I remember thinking, like, if we're gonna bring a kid, into this family, we need to be aligned, like not just in our personal lives, because we do really well together relationship wise, thank God. But I thought on the professional side too, like we're splitting our efforts. Like we have two different firms. We're both like doing our own thing in different directions. And I remember thinking, like, if we're going to bring a kid into this, like we also are going to need to have a lot more flexibility.
Right.
And just, figure this out. So that was also like a driving factor in why we decided to combine efforts. And
Yeah.
we always get this question, and I think I wrote something about this on LinkedIn, but everyone always asks us, like, how do you work with your spouse? Like, why would you choose to like combine firms? Why would you choose to work together? Like, isn't that too much time together? Our offices are right next door to each other. But like, the amount of time that we actually like talk throughout the day, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jose, it's not that much. Like we're in our own spaces. We have our own job responsibilities. We have things that we're doing. So it's not like we're talking to each other all day. Some days we're working in the same space and we don't talk to each other until after the workday's over. So there's just different ways of making it work. And I think everyone's different too. So it's been one of the best decisions in the firm to work together.
And do you see this as like, I know it's you got like husband and wife in the firm, but do you see this as potentially like more of like, hopefully, I know kids are very little now, but like family business potentially, like where, maybe, you bring in other family members. Like, is that kind of like how you view it a little bit at all?
I mean,
I would love if one of our kids, wanted to be a lawyer and take this over. I know Jose does not want our kids to become lawyers.
No, that's not true. I mean, not at all. And we have added family members to the team already. Like we have on the admin side, we have family members. Even on the legal side, we have paralegals. We have a paralegal that's part of Sam's family. So, I mean, yeah, it's fine. I feel like no one's gonna work harder than family, But my dad had 6 kids, and none of them are doctors.
Right.
So I feel like we have to have 7 children just to make sure that one of them becomes an attorney.
I'm down.
I know.
Were you the youngest, Jose?
I was the youngest of like the boys. I have a little sister.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's I think it's well, by the way, first of all, easier to become an attorney. I know I'm not like breaking any confidentialities here. It's much harder to become a doctor than to become an attorney.
Yeah.
But
I guess
I became an attorney. But,
yeah. I mean, just become like, just as like a family business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if like it goes the same way if you're a doctor. I guess you could take over like the practice or something.
I could, yeah, it could.
Yeah, but okay. So, what kind of conversations do you guys have to have before saying, "All right, like we're gonna do this. We're gonna join firms, start a firm together. Or, like Jose's gonna come over and join your." Why did Jose make the decision to come join yours? Is that what happened?
Yeah, 100%. Because I had kind of, what's the term? Anytime I put an effort on the sales side or the marketing side or anything like that, I always put it in on the stuff for Sam, because I was helping her a lot with estate planning, with sales and stuff like that. I was happy to do it, I always work better for somebody else's baby, basically. So Sam had built her firm. We had built the firm together, but it was always much more fulfilling for me to help her build something than it was to even help build my own. So I just basically said, I'm like, listen, I'm good. I'm just going to bring all my cases over, which at the time were something crazy. Like I think between me and like a part-time like office manager and like a part-time paralegal, had something like 200 and something cases.
Wow.
Yeah, which is sounds like a lot, but on the probate and guardianship side, like and the estate planning side, like they're easier to manage because guardianship, especially you talk to people once a year basically, unless they need something.
Okay.
So I just said I'm just gonna bring everything over. I'm good. Like, I'm happy to give some of these up,
Here, take them.
and
Take them all.
yeah, and I thought the branding was better. I thought the branding just in general on Sam's side of the law firm was just better. It was all encompassing. I had my own thing that was branded very well, like everybody ends up creating their firm, which is just their name. Like Jose Ignacio Leon PA was my firm, but the DBA was the Florida Estate Planning Law Firm, right?
Okay.
So same thing, very strong on the SEO side, very strong in terms of like marketing on the Google side. But I just thought the marketing and the branding was better with Sam. So I just thought let's hitch it to that wagon. Let's go.
So it was actually pretty close to what Sam's was, right? The Florida probate, yeah. But it was yours.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. It was all very close. And so, what was it like to? You seem so supportive too, Jose, and like I feel like that hasn't really that hasn't dwindled or like gone away. And like, so what is that like? I mean, Sam, to meet somebody who's like so supportive of like, hey, you can do this, like to start your firm. I mean, going back to when you were thinking about, you didn't get that offer you wanted, and Jose is just kind of like encouraging you to do your own thing.
So I was not a risk taker. And I remember when I was offered partnership in August of 2018. It's like July, August of 2018. It took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do because we kept going back and forth. I said how much money I wanted. I said what percentage I wanted. Like it was like a deep conversation. And nowhere in that conversation did it strike me that if this didn't work out, I would need to open up my own firm. Like I just didn't think that way. I also didn't think that way because my dad, so I told you he's a doctor as well. He has an MD, but he never passed the boards in the United States. So he never practiced as a doctor here. And so he had been with Florida's Natural for 25 years. In their he was a food scientist technician, and he was having health issues. So that December was his retirement of the same year. So we had a conversation, my father and I, and he was like, listen, if I'm going to need extra financial support, are you able to like help me? And I told him, yeah, absolutely. Of course. So nowhere in my risk averse brain did I think that I was going to start a firm when I didn't have the money to do it, when I didn't have the stability, and I knew that my parents were going to need financial support as well. So when Jose kept telling me, you can do this and you can do this better than me, you can do it better than the firm that you're at, you can do it better than most attorneys, like just believe in yourself. I just kept telling him like, no, like you're crazy. Like there's just no way I can start a firm. And thank God he told me this, because I did end up going with what he said. Is the first time in my life that I took a huge risk.
Wow.
And again, one of the best decisions I could have ever made in my life.
It's amazing. Do you find yourself taking other, like a little bit other risks here and there?
Oh, no, I'll take risks left and right.
Yeah. Well, you came on the show.
Changed.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's great. That's great. So regarding the law firm, like how do you divide roles and responsibility at the firm so you are like supporting each other rather than like stepping on each other's toes and clientele and that whole thing?
So I would say that I am definitely head of finance, head of marketing. I do a lot with strategy, like strategic growth of the firm. And then Jose, go ahead. You can, unless you want me to say the things that you do.
No, I'm always excited to hear what I do.
So head of sales,
Nice.
head of IT, head of legal. Anytime any of the attorneys or paralegals need strategy with their cases, he's the first person that they go to.
Okay.
He's also a fixer. So like anytime anything goes wrong, they'll go to him like immediately. So we have two different brains. We think completely differently.
Yeah.
And so our roles at the firm just they work out perfectly because we're not doing the same thing. Do we have management meetings every single week?
Yeah.
Yes, we follow EOS, which is a management system. And so we have meetings where we align as a management team. Jose and I are part of that management team where we discuss in our respective departments what the issues are and how we'll resolve them. So we all come together every Wednesday.
Okay, that sounds great. Jose, did you want to add anything to that, or?
No, it's just with Sam, when Sam says that we're very, very different in the way we're wired, she's right. Like I'm the type of person that if something's broken, if there's an issue, whether it's like technical, legal, or something like that, yeah, I'll go into the cupboard and get the tool to fix it, but I'll leave the cupboard wide open, and then Sam will come and say, this needs to be closed. Like she's very much an ordered mind, like an ordered, very process driven mind. And I'm like very much a immediate results driven mind.
You're creative.
Yeah. So, I mean, it really does work. It's very, like, I say this jokingly because I feel like Sam is a well-rounded, productive human being. But if you were to put the two of our minds together, you would get one very like well-rounded, productive, successful human being because it's very complementary.
That's awesome.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Hey, that works great. Tell me about, like, you're talking about marketing a little bit in sales. Like, tell me about the inspiration for your reels and your TikToks and your Instagram reels. I love them. I mean, I noticed that you started doing maybe like a year ago or like 8 months ago or something, and they're really good.
Thank you. I would say we've been doing social media for years. So I think we started about like 5+ years ago.
Okay.
And not a lot of attorneys were doing social media. So I was like, let's do it. Let's figure out if this is, a good avenue for bringing in referrals. And so we have a social media management company.
Wow.
We never know what they're going to come up with. So we show up to a shoot once a month and they just ask us questions right on the spot. So we don't practice. Everything's supernatural.
Okay.
Like whatever comes out in the beginning is what you're getting.
Yep.
And it's just very natural conversation. So they'll ask questions that they think people want to know answers to. And I think this past week, I don't know if you saw them, but it was, should you have your spouse's location? That was the video. Like,
okay.
Dude, like everyone always asks that question. Like in a girl group, like my friends group, they'll be like, do you have your spouse's location? So these are questions that people naturally ask. And I think guys are the same way, right? And then the other video that we did this week, we did a bunch, but like, I'm in all these Facebook groups and it's like, women asking questions about their marriages, or they'll be talking about their relationships and they'll ask like anonymously, like, what do you think I should do? So I read a story of, a wife that's going through abuse, has 2 kids, and basically the husband's like, if you leave me, I'll kill you.
Oh my God.
So we read that and it's all like super raw and, not scripted material. So I think that's why people are like, I really like your videos. They're honest. They're honest reflections. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they're really good. Whatever they are, keep going.
Thanks.
I guess that's a shout out to your social team over there. So
Thank you.
So your firm's messages protect your family when it matters most. So what does that mean in practice for the clients who are coming to see you? I'll give that to either of you.
Bosa, you want to take this one?
I mean, it depends on the I guess the context of how they're coming to see, right? So if you're coming to see us for probate and guardianship, right, or estate planning, which are things that I have my hands in the most, there's so many pitfalls on the probate side that just attorneys that maybe just started practicing or, may have come from another practice area and don't really know what they're doing.
Yep.
Don't know about, right? Same thing with guardianship. Guardianship is one of, are we allowed to curse on this podcast?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's one of the biggest pain in the ass practice areas.
Nice.
That exists, right? Especially, it's very county dependent, especially. So a lot of people will be like, yeah, I can do a guardianship. And 3 years later, when the court has a bunch of, motions, contempt hearings and stuff, they start giving up the case. And we end up inheriting a case from an attorney that didn't know what they were doing. So from there, it's just a very straightforward, like, you want to protect your family, not wasting their money, not being taken advantage of, but also the assets that loved one or your family member, because aren't always mutually, sometimes those are not mutually exclusive. The assets that they obtained while they were alive, we help get them where they need to go. That could be sometimes just making sure that things are done correctly, making sure that we represent them in a litigation, whatever it may be. And then estate planning is protection at its finest, right? That's the only thing that's like a positive thing that we can market, right? Hey, this is to protect your family. This is to protect yourself. This is to make sure that you make a decision before the judge makes a decision for you, right? So within that respect, it's just, making sure that people are taken care of and that their needs and their wishes are being met. And then on the family side, Sam will take it, but
Sam, are you taking like divorces and stuff? Are you representing like
So the firm definitely represents divorce, child custody, paternity, alimony, adoption, domestic violence, prenups, post-nups, anything family related. The only thing that I would say we don't do in the family arena is like international adoption. That's very specific, so we don't handle that. But no, we definitely
even do dependency cases.
We do dependency.
Not a lot of people do.
Yeah. We do anything family law related. We have a very strong team. Jose and I no longer practice, if that was your question. So I have 3 cases total.
Yep.
And I just took those on, I would say this year or like earlier last year, because the judges appointed me on those cases. So I wasn't going to say no. And then also one of them is a pro bono. I'm a pro bono guardian ad litem. So again, they needed an Arabic speaking person who understood culture and religion and what's going on with this family. So I've done that. I've taken on that case as well. But other than that, no, I'm completely managing the firm and my team is working the case. And I know what's going on in every single case. I'm just not the one going to court or drafting the pleadings.
Okay, understood. So give us some advice about how to like balance compassion with strong legal advocacy. I mean, you have people coming to you that are, they need your help. Like, how do you balance those two things?
I think how we balance it is basically like our core values, right? So part of what sets us apart as a firm and why people end up hiring us versus the firm that's right next door, like our next door neighbors practice probate and family law. They're our friends, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
why would they? Never mind. So they just like open up their, who's their first?
We were.
Wow.
We were. And then there's another guy.
Maybe they thought you'd like kick them some cases or something. Is that like the idea? Like maybe they'll.
We have.
I don't know. I mean, there's also another probate person on our floor too that came after us, but like that's not how we think. Like there's so much work to go around.
It's abundant, right? It's abundant.
Yeah. There's no issue. Like, and we go back and forth. If they have questions, they come here, like totally fine. But I think what sets us apart is we're able to tell people honestly whether we're going to be able to help them with their case or not before taking a retainer. Like most attorneys will just be like, we'll take the retainer and we'll see what happens. No, like we'll sit down, we'll do a consultation. Sometimes we'll do a strategy session. We'll understand the cultural issues. We'll understand the religious issues. We'll understand the language barrier and tell them whether they have a strong chance of winning the case or not, or what we can do to help them. And if that's what they want strategically. We are not necessarily the right fit for every person. And we're not scared to tell them, listen, this is not the case for us, but we think you'd do really well with these people. Speak to these people. We're also diverse.
Right.
So our attorneys come from so many different backgrounds. And I think that people have a comfort going to their people, right? Somebody who understands their language, right? If that's their primary language. So I think being one of the only Arab American attorneys, female as well, in the state of Florida that practices probate and family, that sets us apart. Jose's Cuban and Puerto Rican, right? We're in South Florida. It's predominantly Hispanic community. Another thing that sets us apart. So I really just think that like we're able to practice compassion and make sure that people are getting what they need, and we're doing a good job by just, who we are as people.
Totally. I think that's very helpful when someone comes in and they feel comfortable right off the bat. So Jose, like what's a common misconception that people have about probate or guardianship that you wish more families would understand?
It's so funny. I literally have a document open here.
Nice.
Because I was doing some like PSPs, like policies and procedures for estate planning sales, right? And the big one, and it's number one, if you have a will, it doesn't avoid probate. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, I have a will. Do I really have to go through all of this?" Like, yeah, like a will is like an instruction manual that only a judge can read, right? I mean, anyone can read it, but only a judge can make it happen, right? So a lot of people think that by having a will, they can avoid the whole probate process, right? And that's the biggest misconception that I run into, right? That's the biggest one for me.
Oh, okay. All right. I get. Yeah, that would make sense. Then why do they say, oh, you have to have a will? You have to have a will because all the stuff will go to the state. Obviously, it's not really. Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of it. But the reality is here in Florida, if you don't have a will, there's like a whole list of people that your stuff will go to. It's called, the intestacy statute. And it's like, if you're married, it goes to your spouse. If you're not married, it goes to your descendants. If you don't have descendants, it goes to your antecedents, right? Like your parents and grandparents. You don't have parents and grandparents, brothers, sisters. Like it's a list of people that goes all the way down to like, step siblings of divorced children or of divorced parents, like crazy stuff. But
so the will's read by a judge. It's not read by like the will executor.
I mean, anyone, you can read it, but the one who actually, I guess, brings it to fruition, who has the authority to make it happen, it's going to be a judge. You have to submit the will to the court. So a lot of times people will call me and be like, well, we never had a will reading, so we don't know what's in the will. But like, there's a will reading,
That's in the movies.
In the movies, like,
Yeah.
no real.
There's no
thing like that,
Yeah, there's like music videos about it too, right?
Yeah.
So you both been involved with FIU College of Law as mentors, educators. So why is teaching and giving back so important and part of your professional identities?
For me, I grew up as a Section 8 housing food stamp baby. There was only a handful of elementary schools in Lake Wales, Florida, where I was raised. There was only one middle school and there was only one high school. And the public school system was not very strong in the area that I was in. I remember my parents transferred me in middle school to a magnet middle in a different town, but it was like 2 hours in the morning on the bus and 2 hours in the afternoon on the bus. Wow. And it was really hard for like, right when you hit puberty, it's a tough time. Yeah. And I know that they were trying their best to give me the best education and they couldn't afford private school and they didn't understand that there were scholarships and all of these types of things. So for me, it comes from the way that I was raised. Like if I can educate, and I do, I'm a professor at FIU. If I can educate honors freshman kids and teach them about the law and teach them, what real life is like and what their decisions in college will look like, depending on their majors, what they want to do in the future. I think that that's invaluable. I think when somebody shows you they care, for example, I took my kid, I call them my kids. I took my kids to prison last month.
Wow.
And how many kids can say they're not kids? They're like 18. How many college freshmen can say that they've gone to prison and met with people and seen the system and understand it and understand what these people are like? And and have had a conversation and realized that there's a human aspect to people who are in prison, right?
What was the class, incidentally, Samah? Like,
So the class that I teach is called epistemology,
that's right.
which is the study of knowledge. But I have co-professors. So there's 3 of us that teach the course. It's a pod system. I teach about the law. My co-professor teaches English, so a lot of Shakespeare. And then my other co-professor is the head of physics. So he teaches physics. And we combined all of these things together every year. It's a year-long course that every honors kid has to take at FIU. But part of what I teach is a book called Bird Uncaged. And it's a friend of mine who I was in fellowship with, who spent 10 years in prison for a mistake that he made when he was 19.
Wow.
And so at the end of this book, this opportunity came up to go through a program called Exchange for Change, which allows people to go into the prison system, talk to somebody who's in prison, just have an honest conversation with them, learn about them, and then come back and tell the class what you learned. And we're going to start doing it every semester. So just to like sum it up, this is the reason that I teach.
Yeah, wow. And they talk to like the inmates? Is that what you're saying?
I'm sorry?
Who do they talk to there? The inmates?
So the inmates take a class, correct. They
Okay.
take a class every semester, and within this class, we're paired up with one inmate,
Okay.
and we just have an hour-long conversation with them.
Okay, got it. That's yeah, that's interesting. I do think that's invaluable. I mean, when you're that young, like you don't really know sometimes like what you want to do or you think you do and you don't. And it's just helpful to have somebody there to help you be a mentor and to answer questions, kind of guide you a little bit. So Jose, regarding your nonprofit work and community involvement, how does that help you run your firm? Like, is there any kind of parallels? No.
It doesn't. I mean, that's a lie, kind of. I don't know. It's something I've been in that space for a while, years at this point. Like even back when I was like, I just had breakfast like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, with someone that I used to work for in that area. There was a organization called Teach More, Love More that had to do with the Early Childhood Initiative Fund, which is helping push a little bit of sales tax revenue here in Miami-Dade County towards kids in the early childhood realm. And it's a really, really cool individual, just an amazing individual named Dave Lawrence. He used to be the publisher of the Miami Herald, just a good guy. And the people that I met there working there are just so great that it's just something that I've stayed, involved in doing other stuff. When we were at FIU together, Sam and I were both members of the immigration clinic, the Immigration and Human Rights Clinic at FIU. Same thing there. We had multiple citizenship drives that we were able to put on, right? At the time, I was able to leverage a lot of the connections I had in the media, like mostly like radio,
Wow.
to be able to get people there,
Good.
and I think we helped like something like 40 or 50 people every time we did it,
Okay.
So it's almost, I almost feel like saying like it's something that it's like doing good with no profit incentive, with no profit motive, which almost feels better, like it feels great to make money. It feels great to like have a firm that works and is able to pay the team members, good money and help support, 50 team members, like that's great.
Wow.
But
It's crazy.
but it feels even better sometimes to just do something for free.
Yeah.
So that's why I like it. And it's almost like it refills your empathy well. Because I don't know about you, Sam, either. I think we've talked about this. Like I do a lot of sales. I do something like 3, 4, 5 sales calls a day, 5 days a week. It's a lot. It's a big drain. You listen to people who are not appreciative, people who don't have cases you can help them with, and they get very upset. It can drain your empathy. It can drain like your well, your soul almost sometimes. And doing stuff like that helps refill it.
So are those sales calls like intake, or are they going through the intake
like consults, case evaluation?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Ultimately the end goal for me and Sam, and we've talked a little bit about this, is to create like a legal organization, like a legal aid, but for very specific issues that are like underserved in the community down here in Florida, like housing, special needs, guardianship, etc.
Housing's a big one.
It's a
I work
huge.
in
That's what you
housing, so
do, right?
that's what I do. Yeah, so I know
Yeah.
it's like a big need everywhere, even here in Massachusetts. So that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So like, what's the biggest advantage of like practicing law with the person that you trust the most? Assuming you trust each other the most. Let's just go on that. Like,
I trust them blindly.
okay, all right.
I would say the biggest advantage is knowing that if I'm not able to do something, or if what happened with my first birth, I was out for 6 months because I had an emergency C-section and almost died in birth, in birthing my son.
Wow.
I knew that I had my husband who would be able to carry everything, keep pushing everything, and nothing would break. And that to me is like the ultimate blessing.
Yeah, that's incredible. Pretty incredible. Jose, do you want to?
I mean, I think Sam kind of touched on it, but there's no one that's ever going to work harder for you than your family,
Yeah,
especially if your goals are aligned. And I say that with my wife. I say that with the other team members that we have working at the firm with us on ops and legal and whatever it may be. Like, they're going to give their all because they care, because it's family. It's someone that that you care about, which is huge. And then I think the other thing is another kind of lesser known benefit of working with, working together with someone you trust the most is that you will never run out of things to talk about. Like, we went to dinner last night and I think like it was like 30% like,
so
okay, personal stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's us as individuals. And then 70% us as business owners.
yeah, that was actually my next question. Like, like what do you guys talk about the most? Is I know kids, like I talk about with my wife, like we're talking about the kids and like managing so many, like it's always like just different logistics, and that's a big chunk of it. And then I'm sure you talk about, what percentage it is of work and like,
Yeah. We talk about kids a lot, but we talk about the firm a lot too.
yeah.
And it's fun.
It's fun.
It's your passion and like you're building. I mean, you've obviously done a tremendous job, but you're building something together and you have this amazing thing. So, are your kids at the age where like they ask about it, like they ask about the law and stuff yet, or no? How they're really young.
They're at the age where they say no work, no more work.
No more work. Okay, all right.
Or they start typing on our laptops. Our daughter's 18 months and our son is almost 3. He'll be
Yeah,
3
you
in
got to keep the
February.
laptops away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, mommy, no more work.
Yeah,
I got him his own keyboard. I had like an old like mechanical
Oh, yeah.
keyboard. I
Yep.
just gave it to him, but he realized it's not doing anything. So that was short lived.
So give me some tips for like relationship building, like personal relationships, and you guys I think are like a staple in South Florida, like with the work that you do. Like I could see it on your social media, I could see it how you guys interact. Like give us some tips on building those relationships, not with just yourself in between each other, but like with other people.
Their referral partners.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. We do a lot of relationship building / marketing. So what we've implemented this past year that has been super successful is we've been doing lunch and learns every quarter. So we invite about 40 attorneys or 40 business owners to Fogo de Chao, which is a steakhouse down here. I don't know if you guys have it. And we pay for their lunch and we bring a speaker, and it's just been a great way to connect to people.
Wow.
And we try to invite different people every quarter, right? A different topic. One of the topics this year was how to build a multi-million-dollar law firm. That sold out the room.
Mhm.
And we're paying for it. When I say we sold out the room, like we're inviting people and us.
Yeah.
Another topic that we've had was EOS and like having a management system in place for your company.
What is EOS?
Like it's an operating system basically. It's a
Right.
way that you can identify create, I guess, like a responsibility chart, like a chart of, like an ownership chart,
Okay.
who reports to who, and then more importantly, how you identify and solve issues. You set goals at the quarterly level, at the yearly level, at the multi-year level, right? So it's
Gotcha.
basically just a way to revamp the way your firm is run.
Okay.
And it's for businesses. It's not just for law firms.
Yeah,
So,
we use
for
that.
example, like I think Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Uggs, all these different companies use EOS as their management system. So anyways, we had our implementer slash integrator this be the speaker of the last one. Again, had like 40 plus people in the
Wow.
room. But that's been a good way to connect with the community. We also do a bunch of like festivals, right? We do the Arab American Festival. We did the National Arab American Bar Association event. We've done the Greek Festival. We've done, there was a seafood festival that we've sponsored. We do things at different schools. Like I've gone in and spoken to kids about my career. I'm trying to think. We just find different things that are going on and we try to sponsor them and get the word out. And we also try to strategically plan lunches and coffees and dinners with our referral partners.
Okay.
And it's helped a lot.
Yeah.
Sam and I in the past were pretty prolific networkers. Like we were doing lunches and dinners or drinks,
Before kids.
different era of our lives,
Yeah.
like almost every night, or at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Wow.
And I think one thing I learned about, like, since then and because of then, and I think Sam will be, I don't know if Sam feels the same way, because I'm pretty, I don't know, I'm pretty serious about this, is that I'm very honest with the people I speak to. I'm like, this is who we are, this is who I am, this is what we stand for, these are our values. If you can't do business with us, that's fine.
Right.
It is what it is. But we do a very good job. I don't want to be, I think that in Miami especially, there's so much fakeness and there's so much like surface level BS that I'm very happy to be genuine about the way we do things and the way we are. I know Sam feels the same way. If someone doesn't want to do business with us because of that, that's fine.
Right.
There's enough business to go around,
Yeah, that makes sense. So 50 employees, right? Over 50,
I don't know.
first of all, what does your holiday party look like? And then second of all, like give us some tips on how to keep employees happy and inspired. I mean, like you said, like Jose said earlier, nobody's going to work harder than a family member, right? So how do you keep your employees inspired, like working hard and wanting to be there and that sort of thing?
So a portion of our team members are overseas. So we have some paralegals, we have our intake team that are in Mexico, Colombia, Honduras, Guatemala. Where am I missing? Oh, Argentina.
Mhm.
And so a lot of them we see during our yearly retreat.
Okay.
So that's one thing.
That's
We
awesome.
just had our holiday party last week. We took them to a steakhouse,
Wow.
Brazilian steakhouse,
Nice.
the same one that I just mentioned, Fogo. And we rented out the room and we were able to chill and
Wow.
do Secret Santa and do White Elephant and just have a nice time, right?
Yeah. It's nice.
Very good time.
What we also do is we're very big into culture. So we've established a very strong culture at the firm. And we have a strong benefits package. So we try to make sure that everybody knows that they're appreciated and with all the hard work, because we have a lot of work, that we appreciate them. So for example, an email just went out saying, not only are we getting half of Christmas Eve off, but we're getting Christmas Day, the day after Christmas Day, the day after New Year's Day.
Oh, nice.
We try to do as many days off and like recharge days, and
Right.
we take them out every quarter and do a team building activity. We give quarterly bonuses. We give
Wow.
end of year bonuses. They're about to get their bonuses on Christmas Eve, but they don't know it yet. So there's just different things that we do to
Yeah.
make sure that people know that they're valued and we appreciate them.
Do you have any tips for me as like being a boss, like a supervisor, besides all the nice, wonderful things you just mentioned, like in terms
think-
of how to approach things and
I think depending on what type of boss you are, I think people like to feel appreciated,
yeah.
and um people have different love languages, right? So some people like time off, some people like money, some people like quality time. We just took one of what Jose and I always do. This is like another thing. Anytime somebody starts, we always take them to lunch. We always have a conversation with them within the first couple of weeks.
Mhm.
One of our newest attorneys, we haven't been able to take her to lunch. We took her to lunch today and we sat with her for over an hour. But just having that like personal touch and connection, people honestly appreciate it. So I
Mhm.
think just showing that you care and it not being fake.
We did a big happy hour, early, like late last quarter. Maybe it was the beginning of this quarter. It was a fun happy hour. We
Yeah.
took
The
everybody.
one at the Mexican place.
Yeah,
Sounds like pretty.
Yeah, I think everybody stayed there until 11 o'clock at night.
Wow, really?
It was wild. We
We had
we
6
got there at
hours.
4 and we didn't leave until
Wow.
closing.
Wow, it sounds like my New Haven days. I'd be walking home from, I could walk to and from my little studio apartment, and stop, I'd stop in it like on a Friday, and all of a sudden, like for happy hour, all of a sudden, the 7:30 Celtics game's coming on, and then you're up. Anyway, that was a flashback. All right, so
And sorry, one last thing. A lot of us don't drink. So the fact that people are willing to stay that late
right.
means like they're having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm done.
No, I remember that drink. I remember that. Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's good to hang out and you can still have a good time,
Yeah.
Of course, no big deal. So what do the next 5 years look like for the Florida Probate and Family Law Firm?
That's a great question. More offices, more team members, helping a lot more families. We have a goal of how many families we want to help across the state of Florida.
It's awesome.
Helping families of diverse backgrounds
Okay.
feel like they belong somewhere. What else am I missing, Jose, from our 5-year plan?
I mean, I was actually trying to find it, but just I think it was like a McDonald's thing, like billions and billions served, right? And it was like I think like 3,500 or 4,500 families or something like that. That was our 5-year plan. We set it out, I think, like 2-3 years ago. So we're quickly approaching, and I think we're going to blow past that number, thankfully.
I agree.
I think originally we wanted something like 15 offices or something like that, and then just understanding the way these satellite offices work, I think we're going to amend that down a little bit. But really, it's just continuing to build a team of people that are all stars. People that want it. They get it, they want it, and they like it.
What do you look for most? Like when somebody comes looking for work, or you have a job listing, job opening for an attorney. Let's talk about attorneys.
I think culture fit is a big one for us. Like we will take someone who may not have the most experience or may not be, someone that's coming in to do family law, but they really have a mediator mindset, But as long as they're a good culture fit, right?
Yeah.
Even if they don't have the experience or the skill set, we can make it work, right? I think something else we look for is, I don't know, people that have worked hard and that work hard, And I don't mean like, people that are gonna put their nose to the grindstone and they're just gonna bill, and they're not gonna complain. No, I mean like people that understand not only what it takes to be successful on their end, they understand that our clients are also working and they're also going through their own struggles in order to pay our bills, right? Sometimes that's an empathy thing. Sometimes that's just an understanding of the general idea of what we do thing, right? Because if you understand that, you can be a happy attorney. If you're a happy attorney, you can help, you can make happy clients, right?
Yeah.
And then if everybody's happy, the firm is successful.
Yeah, I think that's true. So give us some advice for somebody who wants to launch their own firm, but they're just kind of like a little bit reluctant. They sort of a little shy about it. What would you say?
Sam?
Have a book of business. have a little bit of savings, network like a beast,
Yep.
align yourself with other people who are doing it better than you are so you can get advice from these people and mentorship,
Yep.
and invest in SEO. Oh, and hire. As soon as you have the workload, hire somebody to do the work so you can keep hustling and bringing in more business.
Yeah. Love it.
That's so funny. I did.
What's funny?
It's funny because I did the opposite. I love.
Yeah.
When I started right from I
100%
had zero money in savings, zero book of business. But I was networking like an animal. Did not invest in SEO. Just did regular. That I think that's something I would do. Like if you get, or that's advice I would give. You get Sam's advice, which is to someone that maybe thinks they can change the world, but they don't have all this stuff lined up. It sounds really daunting, right? To sit there and be like, damn, the day after I get out, I'm going to have to worry about SEO. I don't have a book of business, whatever. I think there's so many ways to skin a cat that as long as you have the desire to succeed and you're going to put in the work, that's going to get you pretty far. Obviously, you're going to need some luck on your side. You're going to need some people helping you. We love helping people. We love talking to people. We love pointing them in the right direction. So lean on the people that have done it correctly and have done it right, because they'll help you. And the other thing that's huge is you have no idea how much business you can get just by letting the world know that you went out on your own.
You're absolutely right.
To all your friends, you've been in one place, you have all these relationships. The second you leave, people will bend over backwards to try to send you work.
Really? Wow.
Because we want to see our friends succeed. We want to see our colleagues succeed. Most people, I really do think most people are like that. Even in Miami, which is the capital of flakiness, right?
Yeah.
And something I just want to add to that, just because you reach out to somebody who you think is successful and will mentor you and they shut it down and don't want to help, doesn't mean that you should not ask other people. There are people, everybody is welcome to reach out to us. Like, we are happy to help other people. I wish I had people that I could have reached out to when I started my firm other than Jose. Thank God Jose, helped me, but I wish I wouldn't have been embarrassed, shy, or rejected. So we're always happy to help people.
Yeah, that's so nice. And I think, Jose, and both of what you're saying is, just people wanting to see other people succeed. You hope it's always like that when you start any kind of business, right? Really. And to want to help people, Sam, like and be a mentor, I think that's tremendous, because a lot of people need them. I think about that stuff a lot, like mentorship and people who are younger and needing some direction. Some people need it more than others. I could talk about that for a little while, but I won't. So, we're hoping you guys will be able to come in February. I know you might have some other stuff going on, but maybe we'll see you come by, and you're welcome to invite your team members and whatever. And I'll be in touch more about that too.
That on the beach again?
Yeah, this one is going to be rooftop too, because
you're killing us with the beach, don't you know?
No, Jose, he's not. We're going to be at a conference on the beach, so it's perfect.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I'm saying the true Miami people, they avoid the beach like the plague.
I know you guys don't want to, because driving down there's a pain, right? Is that what it is? Yeah. Well, look, hey, I know it took me 2 hours to get to Miami last year when I was driving down there. Like, it was awful. But
yeah,
look, I mean, I'm here in Central Mass, Jose. Like, I got to go and have some fun. I got to go get some sun, man. No, but hopefully it all works out. We appreciate you guys. Is there anything else like I left out that you want to talk to tonight? Sam?
No, this was awesome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys. I'm glad. It was nice to talk to you, Jose, too. I know I've seen in all the videos, and I know we met at the event and stuff, and it's good to have you on the podcast. And Sam, it's always lovely to have you as well.
Yeah, I don't like stealing Sam's thunder. This was
you didn't steal it.
You guys are great. Great pair, good dynamic, good chemistry. I love it. You're doing good work.
Thank you.
Appreciate both of you. And I will, I'll be in touch about everything for February and whatnot. And everybody else out there, thanks for tuning in. Wherever you are in the world today, enjoy yourselves. Cheers.